What is a chemical reaction? Whenever chemical change happens, we can say that chemical reaction has taken place. How do we come to know that a chemical reaction has taken place? Let us study some experiment. Experiment number 1. If we take a magnesium ribbon about 3 to 4 cm long and burn it, we see that it burns with a dazzling white flame and change into a white powder. This powder is a magnesium oxide. It is formed due to the reaction between magnesium and oxygen present in the air. Experiment number 2. If we take lead nitrate into a test tube and add potassium iodide solution to it, we can observe the change in the color of the solution. Experiment number 3. Take zinc granules in a conical flask or a test tube. Add little bit of dilute hydrochloric acid or sulfuric chloric acid to this. We can see that there is a evolution of H2 gas. From the last three experiments that we had studied, we can say that change in a state, change in a color, change in temperature or evolution of gas indicates that chemical reaction has taken place. As we observe the changes in our surrounding, we can see that there is a large variety of chemical reactions taking place around us. We will study about the various types of chemical reactions and their symbolic representation in this chapter. Chemical equation. Let's consider the first experiment that we studied in previous slide. Magnesium ribbon is burned in air and it gets converted into magnesium oxide. This description of a chemical reaction in a sentence is quite long. We can write this equation in a shorter form by using word equation. Therefore, the word equation for the above reaction would be magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. Here, the substances that went under chemical change in above reaction, that is magnesium and oxygen, are called reactants. The new substance is magnesium oxide, which is formed during the reaction. It's called as product. There are some rules for writing chemical reaction. They are: reactant should be written on left hand with plus sign between them, and product should be written on right hand side with a plus sign between them. An arrow should be placed between them pointing towards the product and it shows the direction of reaction. Writing chemical equation. Chemical equation can be made more concise and useful if we use chemical formula instead of words. A chemical equation represents chemical reaction in a shorter form. We know the formula of magnesium, oxygen and magnesium oxide. Now we will write the chemical equation using these formulas. Mg plus O2 gives us MgO. Count and compare the numbers of atoms of each element on the LHS and RHS of the arrow. If the number of atoms of each element on the both sides is same, then the equation is balanced. But if not, then the equation is unbalanced because the mass is not same on both sides of equation. Such a chemical equation is a chemical skeletal equation for a reaction. Balanced chemical equation. Do you remember the law of conservation of mass that we studied in the class 9th? The law states that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. That is, the total mass of the element present in the products of a chemical reaction has to be equal to the total mass of the elements present in the reactant. In other words, the number of atoms of each element remains the same before and after a chemical reaction. Hence, we need to balance a chemical skeletal reaction. The equation that we obtained in previous slide, that is Mg plus O2 gives MgO, is not a balanced chemical equation as the amount of oxygen present in reactant is not equal to the amount of oxygen present in product. Let's consider the experiment number 3. The word equation for the experiment can be represented as zinc plus sulfuric acids give zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. The above word equation may be represented by the following chemical equation, that is Zn plus H2SO4 gives ZnSO4 plus H2. Let's study the number of atoms of different elements on both sides of the arrow. Zinc has one atom on LHS, that is number of reactants, and one atom on RHS, that is number of product. Similarly, hydrogen has two atoms on LHS and two atoms on RHS. Sulfur has one atom on LHS and one on RHS. Oxygen has four atoms on LHS as well as on RHS. As the number of atoms of each element is same on both sides of the arrow, the given equation is a balanced equation. Let us try to balance the chemical equation Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. The equation is 1.1. Step 1. To balance a chemical equation, first draw boxes around each formula. Make sure to do not change anything inside the boxes while we balance the chemical equation. Step 2. List the number of atoms of different elements present in the unbalanced equation that we just wrote. Moving forward, step 3. We always start balancing with the chemical compound that contains maximum number of atoms. It may be a reactant or a product. In that compound, select the element which has the maximum number of atoms. Using this criteria, we select Fe3O4 and the element oxygen in it. There are 4 oxygen atoms on RHS and only 1 on LHS. Therefore, to balance the oxygen atoms, we will make a table containing the information of oxygen atoms present on both LHS and RHS, that is, reactants and products respectively. Here, atoms of oxygen present initially at LHS, that is, in reactants, is 1 in H2O molecule and 4 in Fe3O4 molecule in product. To balance the number of oxygen, we multiply the atoms present in reactants by 4. Now we have 4 atoms of oxygen in both reactants and products. To equalize the number of atoms, we must remember that we cannot alter the formula of the compound or element involved in the reaction. For example, to balance oxygen atom, we can put coefficient 4 as 4H2O and not H2O4 or H2O in bracket 4. Now, the partly balanced equation becomes Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. Step 4. As Fe and hydrogen atoms are still not balanced, we can pick any of these elements to proceed further. Here, we will balance hydrogen atoms in the partly balanced equation. To equalize the number of hydrogen atoms, make the number of molecules of hydrogen as 4 on the RHS. Atoms of hydrogen present at initial in reactants is 8 in 4H2O and in products it's 2 in H2. To balance, we multiply the hydrogen atom by 4. The equation would become Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus 4H2. Step 5. Now we pick up the element which is not balanced. Here it is iron atom. Atoms of iron at initial phase in reactants are 1 in Fe and 3 atoms in product, that is Fe3O4 compound. To equalize, we take 3 atoms of Fe on LHS. Therefore, our equation becomes 3Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus 4H2. Step 6. Finally, we check the correctness of the balanced equation. We count atoms of each element on both sides of the equation. 3Fe plus 4H2O gives us Fe3O4 plus 4H2. The number of atoms are equal on both sides in the above equation. Therefore, it is a balanced equation. This method of balancing chemical equation is called as hit and trial method, as we make trials to balance the equation by using the smallest whole number coefficient. Step 7. Writing symbols of physical state. Carefully examine the equation above, balanced chemical equation. Does this equation tell us anything about the physical state of each reactant and product? No, there is no information given about the physical state of reactants and product. Therefore, to make a chemical equation more informative, the physical states of the reactant and products are mentioned along with their chemical formula. The gaseous, liquid, aqueous, and solid state of reactants and products are represented by the notations G into bracket, small l into bracket, AQ into bracket, and small s respectively. The word aqueous is used if a reactant or product are present as solution in water. Therefore, our balanced equation becomes 3FeS plus 4H2O G gives us Fe3O4S plus 4H2G. Note that the symbol G is used with H2O to indicate that in this reaction water is used in the form of steam. Usually, physical states are not included in a chemical equation unless it is necessary to specify them. Sometimes the reaction conditions such as temperature, pressure, catalyst, etc. for the reaction are indicated upward and below the arrow in the equation. For example, CO plus 2H2O at 340 atmosphere gives CH3OH. Second, 6CO2 plus 12H2O at the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives us C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2.